In this lecture, we will discuss some concrete actions that you can take to become a leader with greater emotional intelligence. First of all, hold the temptation to react. As humans, we have the ability to create a deliberate gap between a stimulus that we receive and the response that we offer. Fortunately, we can pause, stretch that space, be in that space, think, feel, regulate, and move forward thoughtfully so that we increase our chances to communicate well and get a better outcome. For example, when someone triggers us, we do not have to react. We can buy time, plan better, and have a respectful conversation about the other person's behavior or redirect our thinking towards what is in our control and serves us better. But when leaders take rapid decisions or make quick judgments, they are not setting themselves up or their team for success. People do get cautious around your leadership when they cannot see evidence that you took a considered decision or are mindful of what is at stake. If you can respond with consideration and thought, you can come across as a much admirable leader to your team. Focus on your emotional IQ. Numerous researchers have shown that emotional intelligence is in fact a stronger predictor of life and leadership success than IQ. IQ is about how rapidly our brain can learn new information and stays stable over our lifetime. Emotional intelligence, on the other hand, is almost entirely learnable, and we have the capacity to keep getting better at this key skill. As a leader, deepen your emotional awareness, read people well, and offer empathy when needed. In times of crisis, who we are as a human is most important to the teams. Exercise empathy. When our awareness is underdeveloped, we can rush in to judge. High self-awareness results in the opposite behavior. Because we are deeply in touch with what is going on for us, we reflect what might be happening with the other person. When we reflect, we can come up with an empathetic communication instead of judgments or offer unwanted and untimely advice. We should note that empathy is not always an appropriate response and cannot be a default behavior in every situation. Discerning when it is most effective for you as a leader to show empathy and when it might be wiser to offer frank feedback instead is also an outcome of being emotionally intelligent. Do this today. Offer empathy to someone who might benefit from your support. Then contemplate if you connected well with that person. Take responsibility. Stay accountable. Blaming and shaming others or working to find a scapegoat as we try and cover up our mistakes is a clear sign of being emotionally unsmart. Lack of personal awareness triggers insecurity and bad judgment. Lack of personal responsibility results in loss of control and we play victim to our circumstances. Accountability, on the other hand, is a hallmark of a leader who is secure in their knowledge even if things went wrong. Apologize if needed. Seek help and support. Stay engaged and show up for your teams. Being accountable is one of the best ways to use our emotional awareness to lead with candor and empathy. Confront the uncomfortable early. Problems can fester and grow in our personal and work life when we keep pushing them away for fear of conflict and confrontation. Emotionally smart leaders address things in the bud by reading and accepting early signs of issues at work. That could mean having a tough conversation with empathy or dealing with the discomfort of accepting errors in judgment. Strong leaders are not necessarily decisive, but often those who know when to slow down. have a difficult conversation respectfully, and help their team to prepare before things get worse. Journal and write your thoughts. Writing clarifies thinking. Intellectually reasoning things out and keeping it all in our minds is quite hard and not as effective. Cultivating this writing habit could be a game changing habit for you, and get your thoughts and conflicts out on paper first so that you can review the information and reflect on it more clearly. Writing untangles the web of confusion and raises our emotional self awareness. Writing things out can save us from saying things that we could have lived to regret. But if you give yourself a chance to read and improve your thinking on paper, you could think more clearly and act with more empathy and wisdom. Here is a quick summary of the actions you can take to improve your emotional intelligence as a leader. In the next video, we will walk through a reflection activity to help us reinforce and better imbibe these ideas.